Remember, all things here are alleged and in our opinion. And honey, guess what? We ain't got to fall out by our opinion. Anyway, let's get into it. All right, so let's get into this recap. This is season one of Kiki Wyatt's World, episode 4. Will the real Lorna please stand up? All right, this is my recap and review of this particular episode. Listen, buckle your seatbelts because it's about to be a bumpy ride. But before we get into anything, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you subscribe. All right, make sure you don't miss anything that we have coming up here on the channel. Let's go. All right, y'all. So let's get into this episode. So this episode starts off with Kiki and Andre pretty much opening up about the issues that they had in the previous episode. Okay. It seems like Kiki and Andre consistently go back and forth, but Kiki says that it could be due to her postpartum. It could be due to the depression. But my thing is this, Kiki, just own it. Just own it. Just stand in it. You are going through a lot, and we get that. We totally get it. But you gotta own it though, sis. That's all I'm saying. You just gotta own it. Okay. So Andre lets her know that, they got to be on the business tip. Honey, they gotta get this album out. Okay. They need to get this album out and they have to get it out soon. Okay. So they're speaking with the record label, and as they're speaking with the record label, as you can see, Kiki is rolling her eyes and all of that because they're stating that they wanted the single to come out at the same time as the TV show. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like that has happened. So then we pan over to Andre Child. Andre is getting ready to launch his tree robe. Excuse me, cape. Okay, his tree cape. He said, y'all, tree is possibly cold, just like the humans is. Listen, I ain't messing on nobody's business venture. Shout out to Andre for doing what he needs to do. So he has a meetup with a project manager and they again talk about the launch of this actual product. Okay. So again, child, if you want to keep your tree warm, go around there to Andre's Instagram and go on to get you a tree cape, a tree robe, a tree something to keep your tree cool, to keep your tree warm. Okay. Um, but again, I'm not messing on nobody's business venture. You better get about your money, be about yourself. You do everything for Kiki. It's time to do something for you. So then we pan over to honey, Kiki getting ready for Raja's birthday party. All right. And she's calling to get the details on the cake. And she lets us know that she has Raja's faves coming, such as Dorinda Clark Cole from the Clark sisters and the choir master himself, uh, Ricky Dillard. Okay. Now we do know that Raja, did go through stage 4 cancer, leukemia to be exact. And so this birthday is very special. Okay. It's special for him and it's special for Kiki as well. Okay. So she's getting ready. She's getting ready and we about to get into it. So Kiki's mom sits down and they're having this conversation. And again, she's giving the details about Raja's party. But it seems like Nana does not like Raja's best friend, which is Hallie. Okay. Haley. And Haley is Raja's best friend. And we know that Raja, according to what we've seen, what we know, he is openly gay. So Raja's upset with his nana because his nana doesn't seem to like uh um what's the guy, the Hallie. And Hallie basically was spreading, she said that Hallie was spreading some lies and some rumors and some things of that sort surrounding Raja's sexuality and surrounding Raja supposed to be wanting to get with Hallie. But we all know that that's not the case, right? So Raja enters the room and Raja speaks to his mom and he did not speak to his grandmother, unfortunately. And he didn't speak to his grandmother because he felt like she was throwing out homophobic slurs and all kinds of things that he felt was disrespectful, right? And so she goes on to let's just cut the chase, okay? The Nana, let me tell you something. You need to own what you have done. Apologize to your grandson because y'all had a great relationship and you decided you decide not to like his friend. That's the number one thing. And the number two thing is we're not going to make it okay that because you're set in your ways, because you're a certain age, that you get to disrespect him by calling him all of these homophobic slurs and things that you have no business calling him. And pretty much it deserves an apology and it deserves moving forward in a way in which you know that if you want respect, you have to also give respect. I don't like the fact that people say, oh, well, they set in their ways and it's no way. No, I used to check my mama very respectfully. We're not going to do this. This is not what this is. And so I feel like he should be also able to check his grandmother respectfully as well. So in this, we find out that Raja does not want his grandmother to come to his party. Okay. And there are multiple reasons why. But the number one thing I have to say is stop disrespecting this young man and then expect for him to bow down to you. And again, we respect our elders, but at the same token, where's the respect for us as well? You may not agree with his lifestyle, but there is no way that you think that it's absolutely okay for you to be this negative. So Kiki's mom then goes into wanting to rebuke uh and everything like that. Oh, I'm a rebuke. I'm a rebuke. In the name of Jesus, you will not be. But come on, yo, don't try to throw Jesus up in here when you wasn't thinking about Jesus when you was throwing them homophobic slurs. Okay, like period. Kiki and her husband go to pick up their son from the hospital. He's in the hospital again. And also too, when they get back to the house, there's some things that is not there that Kiki needs in regards to this. And Kiki's mom saved the day. You know what I'm saying? Kiki's mom saved the day. As Kiki's husband was headed to the hospital to get whatever they needed to get to make sure that he was well, he made sure. I mean, Kiki's mom made sure that she had what she actually needed for the baby. Now, one thing I will say is Kiki also states here that, of course, they wanted Kiki to terminate the baby and different things like that because of his illness. And right now, I feel like she's solely focused on the fact that if he's here, he's supposed to be here, right? If God didn't see fit for him to be here, then things would have transpired in other ways, is basically what Kiki is saying. So we head down to the party, right? And as we know, Kiki has talked to her brother about the fact that her mom is not supposed to be there. Raja does not want his grandmother to be at the party, right? So here's what happens. She comes anyway, okay? And she states that she was there for Raja when he was going through his cancer scare and different things like that. And here's solely what I have to wrap this up with a bow. My issue with the grandmother is the fact that y'all feel a certain type of way, but you don't want to apologize. You don't want to move forward because you want to be that that stern grandmother, I guess. I don't know exactly what it is that you want, but my thing is just apologize. Stop the homophobic slurs because you're making him feel some type of way, but you're not wanting to address the way that you're making him feel. And I have an issue with that. A big issue with that. And it happens a lot in our culture, right? No one is saying that you have to accept anything, but you also don't have to be nasty about it either. Okay? Because see what happens when you're nasty and then you start feeling like I disrespect you because I feel like you're disrespecting me. It goes both ways. And I think that she needs to understand that and know I'm with Raja. We're not about to coddle your feelings because you're set in your ways. Absolutely not. So Raja, his treat in his present is pretty much the fact um Ricky Dillard and Dorinda Clark Cole of the Clark sisters is there to surprise him, right? And again, he cries. Kiki called it. Kiki said that he was going to cry. Now, of course, before this, Raja was feeling some type of way about his grandmother still showing up after he specifically asked her not to. And I'm so with him. Like, you got to be able to respect those boundaries. And I get it. Kiki wanted her mom to be there. But again, the only way that any of this is going to work out is if she puts her big girl draws on and apologizes because she's wrong. She's absolutely wrong. And I want y'all to tell her that you are wrong. Okay. It is okay to check your parents in a respectful way. When they are wrong, they are wrong. And she's wrong. Okay. So anyway, Dorinda Clark Cole comes in and all of that good stuff. And so we wanted to make sure, that he felt some type of way. And Kiki really did do that with that. Dorinda sung. And it was great to see. It was absolutely great to see. And it's gonna be interesting. Okay. It's definitely going to be super, super interesting. And so, yeah, this was pretty much the episode of Kiki Wyatt's World. All right. So y'all gotta drop down in the comment section and let me know how you feel about this. And yeah, let me know how you feel about this episode. I thought that this episode was good, but again, you can't just be set in your ways and using that as an excuse to continue to be disrespectful. So this should be a learning lesson for a lot of people, period. Again, drop down in the comment section. Let me know how you guys feel about this episode. Make sure you hit that like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed. And also, make sure that you check out Hotline Bling chat room coming to you all November the 10th. All right. You do not want to miss this. All right. So with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.